We now move to the next opening act of the night. The Wellington Ocean Swimmers will steer our waka tonight. John, our Masters of Ceremonies, will take over after the President's address. But now it is time, as the Lion King would say. Philip Rush is the President of the New Zealand Ultra Marathon Swim Awards, the President of the New Zealand Marathon Swimming Association. He is tangata toa o te moana, fearless and a pioneer of our sport. In '85, he was inducted into the International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame. That's before he swam the English Channel 3 times. In '96, he was inducted into the New Zealand Sports Hall of Fame. He was honoured with a Lifetime Award in the first Marathon Swim Awards. He's the founder of the Cook Strait Swim Association. Philip was tracked by international data at only age 16 years in 1980, and he is still being tracked. On August 16, 1987, 3 times he crossed the English Channel, setting 5 records, 3 of which remain to this day. There are far too many achievements and swims to be read out. In the Kiwi vernacular, he swam everywhere, man. If he was a Corolla, we could say he swam to the moon and back. Let's watch a short clip. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Philip Rush.
Where do you start after that? We've just got a few housekeeping rules to start with. I will just work through them. If you're feeling cold, we've got extra grease here for the kidneys. Okay, don't be shy. These days, the distinguished guests, we don't have sandwiches and complan and all those sorts of things like the old days. You know, we have gels, so there's gels at the bar if you need. We'd like you to only use them every hour. We've got a spare pair of budgie smugglers, just in case, and a spare pair of goggles. Now, John, I've got one more little thing in here for you. It's those magic jelly beans that you like so much. Well, thank you, Seti. Thank you to the Wellington crew for doing such a good job organising this. I reckon you all look better in your swimwear. We're here tonight to honour the past and the present. There's been some fantastic swimming done this year over COVID. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good. Okay, so there's been some fantastic swimming done. Here in Taupo, here in Fovo Strait, some real Kiwi successes. Obviously, we don't have internationals coming into the country just now, and it's been fantastic to give all of you the opportunity to swim, and to swim well. I was thinking, what can I talk about? You know, you're sick of hearing about me. We need to talk about swimming, marathon swimming and things. And I thought, well, why don't we compare it to the old days? The old days, Perry, Barry, Meta, you know, we're not that old. And when we went out onto a swim in those days, we'd take a radio announcer. And he would give a commentary on the wireless, and there'd be no tracking. The skippers didn't have GPS. So the improvements that we have these days are, we have GPS. Everybody around New Zealand knows where Philip Rush is half the time on the tracker. And whatever swim that's going on, they know exactly where they are to the minute, who's turned what, and we've become a world of experts. The feeding regime back in the older days, it was Complan, which they feed to old people now, so I'm looking forward to that again. Susterlite, which was a hydration mix. Sandwiches, homestead baked potatoes, spaghetti, baked beans. Now we just put it all into a packet and it's exactly the same. The things that help the skippers and me to, you know, we've been through a lot of skippers in our days, but you know, they'd throw a cigarette butt in just to see what way the tide was running. How are you feeling? Oh, yeah, no, the tide's not running. Now we've got gadgets that tell it which way the tide's running, how fast it's running, where it's going to take you, and what time you're going to finish. But fundamentally, we still have the same things that to succeed in this sport. We have to train. We have to be mentally tough. And we have to put it all together on the day. The wind still blows out there, too bloody much. The tide still runs, exactly the same. And it's about us as swimmers being strong enough to beat that piece of water. And those things haven't changed. We still have to get into the pool and do some swimming. We have to get in the cold. But fundamentally, everybody here has succeeded in something. And it's all to do with hard work, a great mental mind, bloody-mindedness, and wanting to achieve our goals. The sport of open water swimming has changed a little bit. The world knows what's going on. You've got this Ocean 7 that everyone wants to compete in. Apart from this guy in New Zealand that's sort of a bit busy and can't take them all. But everybody realises and respects that piece of water we have out there. Out of the 7 swims, there's some harsh swims. Harsh. Jellyfish sting you to bits. They're long, they're hard, but everybody says that we're either number 1 or number 2. You know, from Barry's first swim, we're up to now. On the 20th of May, we took the 137th swim. And that was equal the latest swim that we have had. We're now trying to get swims away in November. You have to be pretty special to get those ones away. It's bloody cold out there. But we are achieving. Our success rate now is, we'd like to think that we're sitting on about 90%. You know, I was going to say slagged around the world for saying you have to swim over 3 kilometres an hour. There's a reason why we do that. If you don't swim over 3 kilometres an hour, you won't succeed. There is a 5% chance of getting across. That's what makes that piece of water so special and that everybody wants to swim it. It's great here tonight. We've got Casey who went across in 4.5 hours. I was home having a cold beer before dark. But it doesn't matter how long it takes. It's a matter of beating that piece of water. And everybody in this room who's getting awards has beat some form of whether it's Lake Taupo, whether it's 20Ks, it's about achieving. It's about being bloody minded and getting on with it and enjoying it and taming that piece of water that you are wanting to. We have failures, but we won't have failures twice. So anyway, I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening and thank you very much. I don't know whether many of you have seen Caitlin O'Reilly's little documentary. My name is Philip Rush. I am in rehab for swearing.